Having faith plays an important role, not just in our lives, but in the difficult decisions and challenges that we all face. And Dolly, I know that your faith is really, really important to you. And how has that influenced your music?
Well, I think anytime you allow your heart to stay open and feel and love people, I think you just automatically want to write songs that kind of talk about what people go through. I don't just write for myself, but growing up in a spiritual family, I think that, and a musical family, that would just be natural for me to, to really incorporate that. I write a lot of gospel music, a lot of praise songs, and a lot of stuff, just like in Coat of Many Colors, even just story songs, I bring those elements in. But
Sure.
It's important that we have something wonderful to believe in, and I just have a lot of faith.
Well, Paige Hemmes actually took a tour of the chapel here at Dollywood.
Yes.
And what'd you think of it?
I got a chance. It was such an honor. It was the Robert F. Thomas Chapel, which I know means a lot to you. But you walk inside, and at first you might think it's an attraction, but it's real. It's a real chapel. You can go in there and pray, and if you look on the walls, they've got these amazing quilts that kind of tell stories of the Bible. So this inspired me to tell the story of home and family. Take a look. I'm so excited to be here in the Robert F. Thomas Chapel here at Dollywood. And today I'm joined by Dollywood's chaplain, Joey Buck.
Welcome.
Thank you. And as I look around, I'm realizing that it's named after Robert F. Thomas.
We know him as the doctor who delivered Dolly Parton. He was a well-known physician in the area, as well as a traveling pastor. So to continue that legacy, she named this chapel Dr. Robert F. Thomas Chapel.
You have Sunday services here, is that correct?
Every Sunday, Dollywood's open. We have church at Dollywood.
I'm Catholic. Is it a Catholic Mass, or do you have to be a certain denomination?
No, everyone's welcome.
Aw, that's nice. Yeah, so at any time you go to Dollywood, you can get a little God.
Yes.
Yes.
Doors are always open.
Okay, cool. Tell me about the history of this chapel.
This building tells a great story, and the building itself is not really that old, though. It's just over 40 years old.
I'm noticing all around here that you've got these amazing quilts.
You know, quilts always tell a story, and one of my favorite is this quilt, as it, I think, summarizes the story of the Bible, of God meeting us and coming down to find us wherever we are.
Well, I did the church every Sunday, but I love the stories that were in the Bible, and I love turning those stories into quilts. I actually made my grandma a quilt for her 90th birthday, so I would kind of like to take the inspiration of these quilts and make a quilt here, if you don't mind helping me.
I'd love to.
Okay, let's go. So now here's what you're going to need to do. Find an old bedspread or quilt that you want to use. You'll need that, you'll need scissors, you'll need fabric glue, some ribbon, a ruler, and this is actually fabric transfer paper. Now feel that for a second. It's actually fabric, and you can find this at your local craft store, but this makes it really easy. Those quilts you had in there, very hard. This, very easy.
Okay,
Let me show you how to do it. First thing you're going to want to do is take a blanket that you have laying around the house and cut it to size. I cut mine 4x4, but you guys at home can do anything you want. So you see this edge here? It's not quite finished because I cut it, but we are going to take care of that with this satin ribbon. Add fabric glue, put the satin ribbon on one side, then flip it over, do the exact same thing on the other side, and this will give you a finished edge. Go ahead and do that all the way around all four sides. Now you guys can take any pictures you want at home. I went 5 inches in on the sides and then 3 inches apart in the middle, and we just ironed them on. It was literally that simple. You were doing a fantastic job of this.
Thank you.
Now, since this story is telling the history of home and family, this is Mark and Christina's very first show together. They look like children. This is a very special memory for me. This is when I got married on the show last year.
Oh, wow.
This is actually in the backyard of our set.
Okay.
And of course, this one, the one we started with when Dolly came on our show. It's perfect. It's
Good.
beautiful. And I've saved our most recent memory from Dollywood. This is Ken, myself, Debbie, and Kim in front of the Dollywood sign. So this is actually going to go here. But before we do that, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, welcoming us into your chapel.
You're always welcome.
And helping us with this. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
And Paige, you have one last memory to share with us?
That's right. This little picture here is from the first day that we were at Dollywood. And may I just point out this lovely lady who makes some really nice stories. Thank you. That is so giving and kind of you to move my iron. So now I'm just going to iron this last one on. And this kind of just... All you have to do is hold it on in place. Yep, that's our first day.
First day, I know. That was early in the morning,
How
remember?
sweet.
Yes.
This is a great idea.
Yeah, that's when you were all getting along.
Remember that?
Remember those days?
I have to honestly say, and to all of you, I think it's wonderful how you do get along, because I've worked with them several times now.
Yeah.
And this is such a great group of people, and they really are what they seem to be. So I appreciate all of you. So
Oh,
how
will you
about a hand
just
for this?
quilt it, will you? Just quilt it.